Welcome back. In this video, we'll talk about Java literals and primitive typecasting. We'll talk about integer literal values for big numbers, floating literal values, downcasting, upcasting, and upcasting in arithmetic operations. At the end of this video, we'll present points to remember and 2 minutes drill. So let's begin. Integer literal values. Big or small, negative or positive, all non-floating numbers are by default of int type. They can be assigned to an int type variable. 10 and minus 127 can fit inside 8 bits, so it can be assigned to byte, short, int, or long. 128 requires 9 bits, so it cannot fit inside 8 bit. It can be assigned to short, int, and long, and not to byte. This big number cannot be accommodated in 32-bit size int variable. It can be assigned to long type variable. So here we are trying to assign this big number to long type variable big, and it fails. It has to be suffixed with letter L. Floating literal value. By default, all floating literal values belongs to double type. Java provides a way to convert floating literal to floating type by just suffixing it with letter capital F or small f. Downcasting is also called narrowing operation. Byte is smaller than int. As 10 is within range of byte, it is implicit downcasting. And in this case, 128 is outside of byte range and it needs explicit downcasting. Following downcasting is possible: double float long int short to byte, double float long int to short, double float long to int, double float to long, double to float, char to byte. Upcasting is also called widening operation. When a smaller type value is assigned to larger type variable, it is called upcasting. This is implicit upcasting. Upcasting in arithmetic operation. When operands of an arithmetic operation are smaller than int type, result of that operation is at least implicitly upcasted to int type. When any operand of an arithmetic operation is bigger than int type, result of that operation is implicitly upcasted to that bigger type. Points to remember. Integer literals are by default of int type. Floating literals are by default of double type. To specify float value, float literal must be suffixed by letter F. Byte sort can hold int value without explicit casting if value is within their range. Byte and sort can accept larger integer values after explicit casting. Long values are suffixed by L. Changing the data type of value is called casting. When a value is assigned to a different data type variable, implicit or explicit casting is required. Implicit casting is handled by the JVM. Explicit casting is ensured by the programmer. Result of arithmetic operations are at least of int type if it involves int or smaller data types. Result of arithmetic operation is of the largest operands type.